Urgent Washington Commanders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Washington Commanders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Commanders fans! Today, we've got some exciting news that's stirring up the offseason chatter and definitely has everyone talking about what's next for our beloved team. It's a story that involves strategy, potential signings, and some big names that could really shake up the roster for the 2025 season. So, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you might just change how you see the upcoming months for Washington. And trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned because this story is packed with details, insights, and a little bit of insider info that you don't want to miss. Now, as many of you know, the Washington Commanders had a pretty interesting 2025 NFL draft. They went into it with a clear plan, focusing on building their future, especially on the offensive and defensive lines, which are crucial for any team hoping to contend. After the draft, the team's rookie class looks promising, with some talented young players coming into the fold. But even with this fresh influx of talent, there's still a noticeable gap on the roster that many fans and analysts have been pointing out, especially when it comes to pass rushing. And that's where things get really intriguing. The Commanders, despite their efforts to reinforce the team, still seem to be on the hunt for more pass rushers. If you've been following the team's offseason moves, you might have noticed that they didn't draft an edge rusher in this year's draft. That's a bit surprising, isn't it? Considering that last season, none of their edge rushers recorded more than 5 sacks. And that's a problem because, as we all saw, pass rush production is vital for disrupting opposing quarterbacks and creating turnovers. Last year, the team let go of Dante Fowler Jr., who had an impressive 5 sacks, and that left a noticeable void in the pass rush. So, what's the plan? Well, the Commanders have been pretty clear about their priorities. They've invested heavily in beefing up the front seven to improve their run defense, which was a bigger issue last season than their pass rush. But they're also aware that they need to add some veteran firepower to really boost their pass rush in 2025. And here's where the latest whispers and rumors come into play. According to some insiders, the team is eyeing some big-name veterans in free agency, including players like DeMarcus Lawrence and Joey Bosa, both of whom could be available if the right opportunity arises. But the most buzzworthy name that's been floating around is Von Miller. Yes, that Von Miller, the superstar pass rusher who's made a career of terrorizing quarterbacks and earning multiple Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors. ESPN insider John Kye recently threw some fuel on the fire by suggesting that Miller could be a perfect fit for Washington. And why wouldn't he? Miller, despite being in his mid-30s now, still has that burst, that explosiveness, and the knack for making game-changing plays. His experience, leadership, and relentless pass rush skills could be exactly what the Commanders need to take their defense to the next level. And let's not forget about the other options still out there. The free agency market is pretty active right now, and veterans like Zadarius Smith and others are still available, waiting for teams to make their moves. The Commanders seem to be doing their homework, evaluating all options to find the best fit, whether it's in free agency or perhaps even a trade. Rumors are swirling that they might consider trading their number 29 overall pick in the upcoming draft to a rival NFC team looking to bolster their pass rush, which could open up even more opportunities for Washington to sign a veteran. Now, if you're wondering how this all fits into the bigger picture for the Commanders, it's important to understand that the team is in a bit of a transitional phase. They've got a solid core of players, especially on offense with their young quarterback and talented skill position players, but their defense, particularly the pass rush, still needs that extra punch. That's why signing a veteran like Von Miller or Zadarius Smith could be a game-changer. It's about bringing in that proven talent who can produce immediately and mentor the younger guys on the roster. And speaking of the team's defense, let's take a quick look at how they performed last season. The defense was actually quite solid against the run, which was a priority for head coach Ron Rivera and his staff. They've invested heavily in beefing up the interior line and strengthening the linebacker core. However, the pass rush was inconsistent, and that's something that has to be addressed if the Commanders want to climb higher in the NFC standings. Adding a veteran pass rusher not only boosts the pass rush but also adds a sense of stability and leadership to a unit that's still developing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the players already on the roster. Chase Young, who's been a bright spot when healthy, still has the potential to be a dominant force. His return from injury last season showed flashes of his former self, but consistency and health remain the keys. Montez Sweat has also been a solid player, offering speed and power off the edge. But beyond those names, the team needs more depth and production, which is why the potential addition of a veteran like Von Miller is such an exciting prospect. Imagine the impact of pairing a player of Miller's caliber with the young core, creating a dynamic duo that can terrorize quarterbacks in 2025. And the fans are eager, too. Social media has been buzzing with speculation about possible signings, trades, and the team's overall direction. Fans are excited about the draft picks, but they also realize that free agency and veteran signings could be the difference makers. The team's front office has been cautious but opportunistic, waiting for the right moment to strike. And with the offseason still unfolding, there's plenty of time for more surprises to come. Now, I want to take a quick pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it really makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. The possibility of signing Von Miller, or even acquiring another seasoned pass rusher, isn't just wishful thinking, it's a real option that could shape the team's future. Miller's experience, combined with the young talent already on the roster, could create a defense that strikes fear into the hearts of opposing quarterbacks. And looking ahead, the Commanders have a lot to consider. They could still make some moves in free agency, or they might wait until the draft to see how things unfold. Their approach will likely be strategic, balancing immediate impact with long-term development. The coaching staff seems committed to building a versatile, aggressive defense that can adapt to different game situations. And with the right veteran presence, they could turn the defense into one of the league's most formidable units in 2025. Now, let's zoom out a bit and consider the bigger picture. Washington has been building a steady foundation over the past few seasons, and recent drafts have added promising young players. The offense, led by their quarterback, who's shown flashes of brilliance, is poised to take a step forward. But on defense, especially the pass rush, they still need more firepower. That's why these veteran targets are so critical right now. They could be the missing piece that allows the team to compete at a higher level and push for a playoff spot. And speaking of playoff hopes, the NFC is incredibly competitive this year. Teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys have formidable defenses, and the Commanders need that extra edge to break through. A savvy veteran signing could be exactly what's needed to tip the scales in their favor. Plus, with the team's strong leadership under Rivera and the promising talent on both sides of the ball, there's a real sense of optimism among fans that this could be the year Washington finally makes a deep postseason run. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the team should go all in and sign Von Miller? Or do you believe they should focus on developing their young players and wait for the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Washington Commanders. Remember, your voice helps shape the community, and we love hearing what you think. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and breaking news about the Commanders. Whether it's roster moves, draft analysis, or game predictions, I've got you covered. So stay tuned, stay engaged, and let's keep the conversation going. The offseason is just heating up, and there's so much more to come. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Commanders! This team has faced challenges, but the potential is undeniable. The next few weeks will be crucial in shaping the roster for 2025. If they manage to land a veteran pass rusher like Von Miller, it could be a game changer, adding that veteran leadership and pass rushing prowess that can elevate the entire defense. The fans are eager, the front office is working tirelessly behind the scenes, and the players are ready to take on any challenge. The road to the playoffs begins now, and every move counts. So, keep your eyes peeled, stay fired up, and let's see what the future holds for the Washington Commanders. Thanks for being part of this journey, and remember, your team's story is still being written.